Hey
Hey,
guys,
y'all. We are approaching the later half of the season, and we have a special episode that is not out of Detroit or Atlanta or St.
it's
Louis.
it's
We are
out of
in a brand
Miami.
new season. Tell them.
It's out of Miami. Before I forget, guys, I also want to say a special shout out to Golden Brooks. Because we covered the BMF and the Powerverse. She is gonna be on Power as Monet's cousin. And
Yeah,
that's
and we
Maya
cannot
Looks from
wait.
Girlfriends, if y'all don't know.
Mm, girlfriend.
Girlfriends. And
Yeah.
y'all, but yeah, so Meech and Terry take Miami. And I want to say meets Terry and Markeisha because Markeisha somehow finds her way out here. Terry calls this a vacation. They're really doing business. So I don't know why Terry would mislead Markeisha. Um, Maybe he thought that they would have more time to spend together, but apparently they don't. And it's kind of pissing Markeisha off. Not even kind of it is. Uh, so they go to a club. We do see the MKs and they are standing their ground. They don't
Miami
care.
Killers.
The Miami
Hey.
Killers, they
We
have a
got them
special
killers.
guest too. They didn't come alone. They brought Angel with them.
And not Reese.
Were you surprised to see Angel?
Absolutely. I'm like, where? And then, at this point, I have to respect Angel because it's like this bitch gets around. Like, she just goes where
She's
the
really
wind
about her
blows her,
business.
and she's about her business and she's about staying alive, which I get it because she's in survival mode. And she was like, listen,
Mm-hmm.
I got to do what I got to do. But at the end of the day, she
The nigga.
likes.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say the
But they
nigga
got to
again.
end, but I say that every time, so I'm trying to stop it. She does like Meech. So I
And I
feel
like to see
like
that Meech's understanding of it. I think he respects it. He might not understand it all the time, but he does respect it.
because
Uh,
she's kind of like him. You got to do what you got to do.
you do. Terry is concerned because when he sees the MKs, he's like, okay, our lives could be in danger. And I think he also thinks about the fact that Markeisha is still on this trip too. We break away and we see a scene with Brian and Veronica. I don't even want to call them detectives anymore because they're not really detectives
Right.
at all. But they're strategizing. They're coming up with a plan to take down Henry. And they Veronica thinks of an idea to maybe plant a bug in her hair or something and go talk to Henry to see what prospects they can find. Maybe see if they can set her up and put a case together. Markeisha is back at the hotel slash villa making everything about her and continues to do so, which is going to play into later part of the episode. Meech gets the lead on Francois and finds out they have to transfer a shipment from Miami to Atlanta. And now they're figuring out how the hell they're going to do this because y'all know the Red Dogs are back home and they're still snatching people out of the cars. And then now they're figuring out the hiding spaces. So Terry comes out with an idea to put safes in the trucks and hide the products in there that way. And you can only access the safe and open it up if you have the code. If you don't have the code, then you can't open the safe. So that's really how they're gonna do it. And they place it in like the back of the van. It's like a spot. And Francois seems to be the only one who can really hook it up and do it for him. So they work out a deal with Francois, and that's how they go.
That's
Glock,
very innovative, and it put
yeah,
them ahead of other people, and it definitely inspired other big name players that were on the scene to do the
yeah.
same thing, like in real life.
Exactly, exactly. Glock also wants to abandon T'Chaka and take down Meech and Terry. And he knows that Angel is going to lead them to Meech because she goes wherever the wind blows, like you said. So they're not really too worried about that. Charles is offered a deal. Y'all know he was just singing with the Campbell brothers. And now they're like, we're going to go on tour and we really want you to come with us. You might even get a Memphis residency. So right now, Charles is like, I got a wife, I got kids, I can't do that. I don't know, man. I'll get
He's
back
trying to
to
get
you.
his house back together,
He is
but
trying to
this
get his
is
family back.
yeah, his family back. Sorry, and this is the opportunity of a lifetime because this is what he's been working for, and kind of abandoned that dream. But when he got, would you say that when he went to Atlanta and went to that thing and got shot at, and then,
Yes.
that kind of put some pep back
Ever
in his
since
step?
that point, he got right. And I like to think, shout out to Meech, because if it wasn't for you, Charles would have never went to that event. Uh Charles shares the news with Lucille and asks her to come with him on tours. And he's like, I want you to come on tour as my wife, not in this weird situationship that we have. And I want you to support me. I want you to spend time with me. This can be like a second chance for us and maybe even a second honeymoon. And Lucille is very skeptical because a part of her is still uh in her little situationship with the good doctor, and she probably wants to spend more time with him. She might have even took this as a sign. If anything, you go
Like,
on
now
this
you
trip.
can get out of my face. Like,
That's what I was
I'm really
thinking
gonna
too.
show
I'm
my
like,
ass.
ah, this she might have that man up in her bedroom at this point and really show out, depending on how long you go on tour. Because you're talking about 6 weeks.
Oh, bet.
6 weeks is a long time to make a lot of shit shake.
And trust, I've done more with less.
In 2 days. In two
6 days,
days.
6 hours. Bitch.
6 hours. Detective Veronica, Veronica furthers her investigation with Henry. It seems like they're getting closer. I do want it to be a situationship that they have, or like a love interest for Veronica, because I kind of like them together.
That's the vibe that I was getting too. But I want to ask you this: are you not surprised that Henry has not caught on to what the fuck like is going on? That she's a planted cop.
I think Henry
Wouldn't you think
knows.
that? Oh, Henry. Okay, and Henry's like playing it.
Yeah, I think Henry knows, but Henry is just kind of going with the flow to see like what happens or what the motive is behind Veronica. Because I think as Henry continues to talk to Veronica, you're learning that there's more than meets the eye. And Henry's learning so many things about Veronica. So it's kind of like one of those things where, dang, like I kind of like you, but I do
But
know
I
you're a
know.
cop.
Mm,
And that's why Henry is being very selective about what comes out of Henry's mouth. So
so
we'll
true.
see. We'll see what happens with that. But I
I
do think
kind of do
it's
ship them. I ship them, and I know I should not, but I do ship them because I think that that Veronica is kind of like figuring out some things with her sexuality that she didn't get to before. Because I think when we met her, she was fucking Charles
mm,
actually, but right now she's exploring something later on in life, and she's getting to play this role. And they also can bond on a few things. Like she's talking about her sister, and then Henry's talking about their mom. So
exactly. Exactly. So everything worked out with Terry Meech and Francois. They're putting together the transport. The good doctor and Lucille almost do the do. They go up in that hotel room, but right now Lucille is still playing her role as a married woman, and she's not sure if she wants to explore that right now. And I do think that she does, and I'm kind of ready to see it happen because I
do you
want
think
that for her.
Lucille would ever cross that line though? Like we're talking
Yeah.
about Miss Lucille.
If Charles goes on that tour and she doesn't go, absolutely, she's gonna cross that line.
Oh my god, that would be so crazy to see because I don't think that she would ever cross that line.
I do,
Okay, so every episode I
and
ask you
it's
the same
fair.
thing. Which side do you think that she's leaning on right now?
Right now, it's clear that she's leaning on the good doctor side because she says it. She's like, I think I'm falling in love with this man. And Charles is just like, damn, like, how did it go from you maybe going on the date to now you falling for him?
Well, when
And
a
and I'm
man
starting to feel
delivers
bad
your
for
grandchild,
yeah. I'm starting to feel bad for Charles though, because on one hand, it's like I'm really seeing this effort that he's putting forth in
uh-huh.
making their relationship work. And it's a shame that it even had to get to that. Like you really had to show your ass and you had to cheat. But it's like at the same time, I respect karma. And
What
sometimes
goes around comes around.
not everything will go as planned when you done did your dirt.
Yeah, but yeah, I do. I'm just nervous because I want her to pick the good doctor, but so far we haven't seen any red flags with the good doctor. So I'm like, with me, everything has a twist. Like everything can't be good. So it's like, what is he going to do? Or like, what is she going to
Like
find
I
out?
said, I think there's a secret.
Gotta see. Can you
Can you
keep
keep
it?
it?
Let it
And I think it's gonna turn
slide.
around on Lucille now. I have a
Ooh,
feeling it's gonna turn around on Lucille. Cause like I said, Terry and Man look a little bit too much. Mm, I don't know. That good doctor might be somebody's daddy. And that's all I'm gonna say on that.
the good father.
The good father. Cause ever since that whole thing happened when he was like, son, I'm like, I didn't see it until then. And I'm like,
He's like,
maybe
calm
Charles.
down, son.
And I do think that Charles is kind of catching on in his own way. If that is the case, I think Charles might even be kind of like,
He
what if that's
knows.
not my, yeah. And
Or
maybe
he
that's
has like
why he
a,
relates to Meech more. Because you notice him and Meech are very tight. And
even
him and
though Meech
Terry,
is the one who's really like out
exactly.
there, like really a killer, like,
Hmm.
and Terry is just like, he doesn't want to do it, but he has to. That would be crazy.
It would.
Gosh,
Nicole
I
and her
love that for
man
her.
almost get caught vibing. And I'm like, damn, Nicole. Like, they are always trying to catch Nicole, and she's just living her life and like being innocent and having some innocent fun, not even doing
Right,
too much.
right.
But it doesn't happen. I do like the moment that Nicole shared with Charles, her daddy. I thought it was very genuine. I thought and I think it's kind of what she needed because it seems like everybody is treating her like a little ass girl, and Charles is coming to her like a young woman. He's
Mm-hmm.
like, I just want you to be sure of yourself. I want you to get to know yourself first before you make any decisions because you don't know everything about life yet. But I think it was a lot better it was a much better delivery than Lucille because Lucille is like, don't get pregnant. Here's this birth control. Just don't get pregnant. And it comes off more intense than Charles, I think. Charles is just
And
more
Terry,
like,
when he just like snatched her
yeah,
up and was just like, "Let's go."
Charles is
That.
gentle. He's like,
Mhm.
you can feel how you feel. I understand because even Nicole says, she's like, I want a relationship that's better than you. And mom was like, I don't want my man to be anything like you and how you treated mama. And she's like, I didn't mean it that way. But he's like, you did.
He
And
did,
it's
and I know
okay.
I ain't shit, but you know what? I have to grapple with that every
He was like,
day.
I'm gonna go to the jukebox and choose a song, baby. And they dance. And I do think that Nicole even has the ability to inspire Charles because she's like, you know what, Daddy, I think that you should do this tour. And I think that music is really good for you. It's the time that I see you smile. Um, And I think kind of like the good doctor, we see that he's good at birthing the babies and doing all that good stuff. This is Charles calling. His
Yeah,
calling this music. That's his doctor.
yeah,
That's his
yeah. I
doctor
can't. You.
signal.
I'm with you when you're right.
Um, so Francois gets the safes installed. And Terry snaps on Marquisha's ass. And I love that because again, she makes everything about her. And he's like, this is what's paying for your damn lifestyle. And ever since your ass got shot, I've been having to take care of you. So I just want you to be a little bit more appreciative. And I feel like that's very fair because you almost lost
Yeah,
your life. And this
yeah.
man literally is taking care of you and your kids.
And his kids, and
Right.
like he's not even supposed to be there.
But my question for you
Oh God.
is at the end, we find, okay, I want to get into a few more things. Who gets killed by Henry? Well, he gets shot at by Henry. So we don't know if he's dead yet, but he looks kind of dead to me. Um, because she shot him a few times and he didn't get up. But the red dogs pull over Meech's trucks and take them to the impound. Do you think that Marquisha was the one that tipped off the feds?
She has had to be doing something. Like I would hate to see that she's just there for no reason. Like if she didn't call, and we who called CPS? Did we find out yet?
No.
We still don't know who called CPS. So she didn't call CPS, then she definitely tipped them off about that motherfucking them things coming up there. Because how did
Because
they
who
know?
is doing it? It
How did they
has to
know?
be Markeisha.
Like,
At
how
this
did
point,
they
I'm
know?
convinced. And I know the real Markeisha is like, shut up.
The real Marquisha actually did an interview, and she wanted to straighten up that she did not get with Terry when he was a little ass kid, like they saying on the show. She said that she actually did not start dating Terry until he was 25, and she was older than him, but she's only 8 to 9 years older than him. So the age difference is not so prevalent in real life as it is on the show, and she has
Yeah.
like a problem with that, and I get
And
that.
I don't really think about that anyway because Lala looks so like,
She looks young, but it's very
yeah.
clear that there's like when Lucille calls her long in the tooth, that's when I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot she's definitely.
God
But
damn.
and then Henry has a problem with everyone that is calling them she because they go by their pronouns. So
Yes.
I wanted to say on the show, we only say she because the show says she. But
Correct.
in real life, we
I,
respect
I'm
their
glad that you called
pronouns.
that out because that's what I was caught with earlier. But I'm like, the character is
Yeah.
technically a female, so we're referring
Yeah.
to Henry as she. But it's great that you called it out. We do respect pronouns here, and yeah.
Yeah.
So with that being said, that's the show, y'all. What do you think so far? Are you excited for? I want to say the next episode is the finale.
I think there's two more.
There's two
No?
more.
Is this episode 9?
Yeah, this is 9.
Oh shit. Okay, yeah, there's one more. Are y'all excited for the finale? Like, I thought there was two more.
Yeah.
I just want to know how they're gonna tie everything up because we have Henry, we have Veronica and Bryant, we
Mhm.
have Charles and Lucille, we have Meech, obviously, and what's going to happen with Angel? We have Terry, Markeisha, Lawanda. Like,
You got
is
you,
Lawanda going to
Nicole.
hair school? Like, you got Nicole. There's so many loose ends to tie up.
Where's Sweetie's character?
You swear that she might come back into the mix.
I did, but now I don't know. And now I'm
Because
kind of like,
Angel's
well,
back.
damn. Like, cause I really like Sweetie's character because I'm like Angel, like she got physical.
It's better than what they did to Little Baby's character. Little Baby was literally, he had
Yeah.
2 words. I was like, that was it.
And where the hell is Greenie?
That's what I want to know.
Damn. Because Greenie going through shit in real life. But anyway,
Same.
that ain't got shit to do with me. I just talk about the
Exactly.
show.
Exactly.
So with that being said, y'all have a great night and be safe.
Bye.